What's poppin' YouTube? I wanted to pump out a quick video here. I'm messing with some more settings on the good old Bitcoin here. Again, I was short this basically all throughout here, and then I covered. Essentially, right around these days, I covered the shorts Bitcoin, and then since then I've been establishing longs. But essentially, since November to now, Bitcoin has done nothing. It's just in this, triangle, wedge, or what have you. Now, I have these price paths I've drawn to see what we're going to get. So, this is kind of in no man's land where, it's making higher lows for sure, but it's not making new highs really. So this can still go either way. And essentially, Bitcoin has been moving rather weird relative to gold, risk on, risk off assets, and relative to the QQQ. But essentially, we are going to get out of this area and then establish a new trend. Up or down, I have no idea. It's a 50-50 bet. So we're going to see. So you can see I have alerts set here on this market, and I'm waiting. And of course, this trades 24/7, so we can get some movement over the weekend, or late evenings, etc. But the catalyst just isn't there for this. You can see there's a final support here where, it's not out of the woods yet. And if risk does go off in the next week or so for the equity markets, this is definitely going to drop down here, the 70K range. That 70K range on Bitcoin was the prior all-time high set back in here, which was in 2021. And then basically you had it tested here. We got above it here, got above it, and then ripped out. So the next stop in the sand that would make sense where shorts would cover and longs probably step in or buy programs, etc., would be around the November 2021 high. If that fails, then that opens up the door to get down all the way to 40K or lower, which would be epic. But that is a target I still have here to consider on the Bitcoin. But again, first we have to get through this, see what's going to happen here before we even discuss this. Now, if we go to a 1 hour chart, I like to use the 1 hour chart to get context of the daily chart to see under the hood, so to speak. And we're not really moving anywhere on the hour either. We're just in this tight range. So again, I need a move, a break, which you can see I have alert set here. When we break above that, I'll analyze. I use a lot of technicals, a lot of systems, but then I just try to overlay, my experience and intuition. I've been trading since 2009 basically, but didn't really get into it till like maybe 2013. So I was trading basic shit, but really got my knowledge accelerated 2012, 2013 or so. So anyways, we want to see what we're going to get here. So right now, you see you're getting a buy print, the sell print, the buy print, the sell print, and then these moving averages are just crisscrossing. So this is just a no trade zone. So there's really nothing we can do here except wait, and as time passes, I should say, we'll analyze it. Now you can see this momentum is falling off a cliff after it tried to pop up here. So this momentum did get above these priors, which is a bullish signal, even though price didn't. Momentum. Volume is kind of there too, right there on that day. But then you had this other 3 days with some decent volume and selling. Again, it's a mixed bag here. If we go look at Ethereum, same type boat. Let me adjust my trend line here. You can see I have the alert set in the same type bag or approach or what have you, where we can even draw this into a triangle as well, where you see all these lines touching. So again, with ETH or whatever, we want to move up, go, and then right around there is when we want to be entering our long. And then if we're going to take a tactical short trade, we would also be looking for a down, up, down, and then look to short around there. Usually when you break a trend line, you come back to retest the back end of it, and what have you, and then continue. But again, it's markets, you never know. And just like on Bitcoin, there's support on Ethereum around the 1500, and then let's just call it the 900 range. But if ETH can't hold, or Ether, whatever the hell the cool kids call it, if this can't hold essentially the 2800, 2600 zone, then yeah, it's going to fall off a cliff all the way down to the 1500 zone. And then that's when I'll be looking to scoop in my longer term accounts, and then, you know, scoop even more if it gets under this low. The 1400 and gets into the 850 area will be another great buy. There are the others I track, Ripple, and you know, this is also again trying to break out. You can see I have my alert set on this one. This of course is a lot more volatile. Once you institutionalize an asset, it becomes less volatile, and I think it even loses like its rarity. Like, people think Bitcoin is so rare, but when you have a future, an ETF, you know, and options, you have all these derivatives on derivatives. You know, who gives a shit about your coin on your wallet, because everyone else can get exposure to that same asset. Yes, it's not in their hard wallet, or it's not physical, whatever that means, but it's the same shit. And most people aren't buying and holding. Most people don't even hold shit for longer than 30 days. So, you know, unless that changes, which I doubt it will, because we have a lot of degens, 0DT option players, I don't think it's relevant. You know, Coinbase has, again, futures and perpetuals. So there's two different ways that you could trade Bitcoin on top of Bitcoin spot. And that's not even counting all the ETFs and all the options on the ETFs that you can get through the, you know, stock exchanges as well. But anyways, Ether, I do want to get long this one as well. I'm going to change my alert. This looks like it wants to try to pop here, which we'll see again in the coming days. And again, I'll look to report back on these videos to just keep a consistent, you know, vlog journal bullshit going. But this is a great move on ETH. Ripple here, because we got the new high above these highs. We got a higher low trying to form at the fast moving averages. We have some volume coming in, but the momentum again is not there. You know, it did spike up above this. We need this to curl up, but we'll see.